Hi, I'm Paige.
And I'm Katie.
We just got back from running and we could really use some Gatorade. You're going to help us to split up the Gatorade evenly.
Today we will be working on fractions that don't divide evenly. We will have to look at them a little closer to figure out how to split them up fairly. First task says, if there are 5 Gatorades left and 9 people want to split them up between all of them, how much does each person get? We recommend to start by drawing a picture. Pause the video now and turn and talk to your partner about how you will solve the problem. Then get started and work on the problem. Check out how we did this. Start by drawing the 5 Gatorades. We know that 9 goes evenly into 10 with 1 part less than needed. So if we split the Gatorades in half, there will be 9 pieces with 1 part left over. We are going to label each of those parts. After we are done with that, then we can split the leftover part evenly among the 9.
So each person gets 1/2 of a Gatorade plus 1/18 of a Gatorade. To add these together, we need to look at what the whole piece, like the whole bottle, looks like split up into the 18 pieces. To demonstrate this, I'll draw one bottle enlarged and add 18 pieces to it. So you can see on this diagram where we have 1/2 of the whole is circled here in red, and I'll shade that in to signify that each person gets 1/2. They will get to drink all of this. And then you can see we need to add one more 18th to make it even. So I'll add another section of our bottle that's broken into 18ths to signify that part that they'll get. So for our common denominator, we'll need to use 18. So if I know that I need to do everything that I do to the bottom to the top, then I will need a 9 on top, because this is 9 times 2, because I had a 2 on the bottom. So then therefore this is 9 times 1. And that's plus 1/18, and this side already has the common denominator in it. So 9/18 plus 1/18 equals 10/18. And I know that that can simplify to equal 5/9. And that is my final answer.
For our next task, we will solve this story problem. How many Gatorades are there if each person gets 1/2 of a Gatorade and there are 7 people? Now you will have some time to work. When you are done, please turn to your partner to compare. Please pause the video now. Again, talk to your partner about how you will solve the problem. Now let's see how we solved it. We always start by drawing a picture. We know that each person will get a half, and there are 7 people, so we will draw 7 halves. We want to know how many whole Gatorades we have, so we will put the halves together. Now we see that we have 3 whole Gatorades and 1/2 of a whole Gatorade left over. When we write these fractions out, we will add 3 plus 1/2 to get 3.5 Gatorades. Now we will solve the same problem but with different number choices. How many Gatorades are there if each person gets 2/3 of a Gatorade, but there are 25 people? We start by drawing a picture of 25 squares because there are 25 people. We show that each person will get 2/3 by dividing the squares into thirds. Then we will color 2 of those pieces in because each person gets 2/3 of a Gatorade. We want to know how many whole Gatorades there are, so we group the thirds into 3 so we found out the wholes. An easy way to do this from our picture is to give a third to the top row and a third to the bottom row. This leaves 2/3 left undivided, plus the 16 whole Gatorades that we made by splitting up the middle row, which we can now cross out because those pieces have been distributed. And then we can write this as shown, and we will leave it as a mixed number. So we can write 16 whole Gatorades plus the 2/3 that are left, which leaves us as 16 and 2/3 whole Gatorades.
Thanks for helping us out. Now we have equal amounts of Gatorade and we're ready for our next run.